MK, and I am here with another Color Craze combination for you guys today. I am also playing along with Christy's Beautiful Life, 30 Days of Sketches, and today's sketch is designed by Deb Tallbroad. So I absolutely thought of basketball as soon as I saw the little circles on this sketch. So here is the color combination that I am doing today, and this is another close-up of the sketch, but those little circles or half circles or fans reminded me of basketballs for some reason. So I pulled out a bunch of some assemblage required elements, some acrylic pieces. This one is called the star rating, and then I've got the fanfare stars. I have the basketball title, and then the basketball silhouettes, all from some assemblage required. I also have 4 photos as opposed to just 3, but the one with the scoreboard is going to be cut down and used more as an embellishment than it is as a photo. So I'll end up with 3. I also have this cut file here that is from the Not Just for Boys. It's actually one of my very first cut files that I had ordered from Not Just for Boys. And then while I was thinking about it, I forgot about a few papers that Janet Fritz has brought to me at the retreat. I completely forgot about them for half a second when I was getting ready to share with you guys the original papers that I picked out. So Janet had these Bella Boulevard basketball themed papers in her stash, and she's like, I think they match the color combination really well. Would you like to use them? And of course I, giggled a little bit and said, yes, please. And I absolutely loved this one here of the basketballs. And then I have this one here that is of just the border strips. Again, it is by Bella Boulevard and it is from the basketball collection. But that one strip there with the basketballs and the blue in the back definitely is a ringer for the, what's it called? The color combination. And then I loved the basketball court, but I'd already picked out a paper that I thought blended a little bit better on the side of what I was looking for. But I will incorporate a few of those papers, but I have lots of basketball photos to scrapbook, so I'll be fine. Then I picked out this piece here. Other than the green, I really picked it out for this label right here, or this tag, but then I realized I think that's for football. I don't think that's a basketball little sketch thing. I'm not a sports person, you guys, clearly. And then this one here, I think I have a few stickers in mind as well from this. It's not a sticker. One was a sticker sheet and the other one was like little punch outs. And then this one is a triple or quadruple diamond plate from Paper Rose. I don't know if I share with you guys the other side, but I like it because it reminded me of one of those mats that sometimes you see on the gym floor. So here is the other side, nice little blueprint, and it is blueprint A from that blueprint collection by Paper Rose. But I'm going to use it for the blue side. It just reminds me of the bottom of sneakers or something like that. And then this is the original wood grain that I picked out, and it definitely looks like our gymnasium floor in the high school, not the floor that he is playing on in the middle school, but in the high school. And it is from the wood grain collection. I believe this was about a year ago. 2021. So 2 years ago, from close to my heart. I am so glad that I still have this one wood grain left. But now I also have the other more cartoony wood grain from the Bella Boulevard collection that Janet gifted me. So I'm not going to use that one because the sketch is going to cover most of it up, but I will be bringing it back for more basketball layouts in the future. So just not right now. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and trim off the branding strip of my wood grain paper. Now, I have to tell you guys that my branding strips are starting to grow and grow and grow and grow. So I probably will be, I'm fixing my trimmer because the little screws at the other end have started to work themselves out. And I wonder if that's why I keep getting wonky cuts. So I'm going to go ahead and fix a little bit. My arm is starting to come loose, all that stuff. So I apologize that I did not cut this part out. But every now and then, with all the traveling that I do and whatnot, I just need to keep things tight here and there and once in a while. So I'm debating whether or not I want to cut up that gorgeous chain link fence paper just to cut off the basketballs that happen to be right in the middle, and I opt not to because nowhere in Deb's sketch is a linear line of any kind. So I thought, no, I'm going to stick with the basketballs and the circles and all that stuff. My original plan before I had all this paper option available for me. Again, I'm going to cut down my photos, and this one here of the scoreboard is going to be more like a embellishment rather than a photo. 38 to 34. My son's team was the one on the 38 side, but this team was tough, like no holds bar. Most of the play was on the ground. Tough. Players were being knocked over, pushed, not really pushed down, but bumped down, with side arms and butts and all that stuff. These players were tough. Oh my goodness, were they tough. And it was a good team to play against for my son's team. I always have told my son, I said, it's not always good for the team to always win every single game. Now it's exciting and it's cheerful, but it's not always like a good thing. You need to lose every now and then, just to show that you guys aren't invincible, just to show and be aware that it can happen, and it sometimes does, especially when you guys get in one of those frames of mind that you think you're unbeatable type of deal. And granted, this is just in middle school, but these guys were undefeated until they played this team again for the second time. So this was their first game against them, 38 to 34. And then they played again, this team. They played each team, because there's only so many middle school teams. They played each team twice. And when they came back for this one, a second round, oh my goodness, that was just awful. It just seemed like all the plays were right underneath the hoops every time, even though they start in the middle of the court every play. It reminded me of one of those Goofy movies, where you see all the little balls and they're concentrated right there by the basketball, and then all of a sudden something happens and they have to go in the center again, and then all of a sudden they are concentrated again, and it's just a bunch of little balls per the cartoon. That's exactly what this one was. And I happened to get a couple good shots. This court is very, very tiny. Not a lot of people can be on the court and actually present to watch. And so I was literally laying on the floor to get these photos. And my son is 54 in this particular jersey. And he actually got to, shoot for the basket. It went in, and I didn't get that shot, but I just happened to snap it at the perfect time, and the players were spread apart perfectly to where I could actually tell that was my son that did that, as opposed to normally they're so clustered around, I can't even tell where my son is half the time. So anywho, just thought that I would share a little bit about the photos. But again, like I said about Deb's layout, the lines on her circles or circular bits just reminded me of the lines on the basketball. And so I instantly gravitated towards basketball photos. And then when Janet was sharing these papers with me, it instantly sprung, these are perfect for this color combination. I mean, I love how things just fall into place where usually not all of these color combinations were based off of a photo that matched the color combination. Sometimes it's the papers, and once I start pulling out a color combination, the papers tell me what photos to scrapbook, because I instantly start thinking of, okay, I've got all this really cool color palette going and all these really cool papers going, but what photos? And it just instantly triggers in my brain. Oh, I have the perfect photos for these. It's really weird how that happens. Seriously. All right. So, I'm going to go ahead. This layout was looking a little bit flat to me, even though I am using, the thicker acrylic and whatnot. The layout was looking a little flat for me, so I thought I would scuff up the edges using my edge distressor. Again, the edge distressors are currently sold out in the shop, the Some Assemblage Required shop. I am working on getting more in, you guys. I have lots of people that have put it on their wish list. I have a little thing. You go into an item and you click the sign me up button that says that you want to be notified when a particular item comes back into stock. I am working on these. I have to hand do every single one of these. It's not like I have a jig to where I can do 5 or 6 of them. So I'm working on it. I promise you guys. I really promise they're going to come back in here shortly. So I decided to pick a player for each little cluster. I wanted to set off. One of the things I also like about Deb's sketch is the fact that she didn't tell me where to put my embellishments. So it was basically, here's the design of the papers and where to put my papers, but now the embellishing is left up to me. And I get to decide. So I decided I wanted a cluster for each photo. So I've got 3 clusters going on, and then I'll actually have a larger cluster over on the left-hand side because it's going to wrap around that upper photo. So it's going to start with the little dude jumping and the ball and the stars, and then wrap around into the net and the scoreboard and the basketball. So I think that's pretty cool how it happened. I almost forgot to use this die cut or cut file from the Not Just for Boys Kit Club. I apologize, but I really wanted that to be a part of my title. So it's going to be number 1 star is going to be my title, but star disappears on the paper. So I have to figure out a way to make it reappear because that's exactly how I want it. I love the fact that it frames that center photo, that 3x4 photo. And I definitely wanted that 3x4 photo to be in the center because that's where he's actually doing the jumping part and throwing the ball. And then the other one is where you actually see the ball getting ready to go into the basket. So I thought that was pretty cool. So I'm going to take this giant sticker. It's really weird, actually. It's a journaling sticker, but it's a 3x4 card that was made entirely into a sticker, which I don't grasp the concept of, but I cut it apart so I could have 3 banners. And I'm able to put them behind the word star in a manner to where it doesn't cover up my basketball paper. I had to move and adjust a little bit, but I wanted to be able to put them behind the word star so that way the word stuck out a little bit more than what it was doing. Now I'm just trying to figure out where my number 1 is going to go. And then I'm putting back my pieces because I wanted to say number 1 star, but it kind of looked weird turned on its side. Like the word star doesn't look weird, but the number 1 did. So I'm trying to figure it out and see if I like the fact that it's nestled underneath the arm of this jumper guy, which matches my son beautifully. Oh my gosh, it couldn't have been any more perfect. Do I like that? I'm gonna let it sit there and seed for a bit to see if I like the fact that it's sitting there. And then I don't know. I know that I want the scoreboard and the net to be next to each other. But where do I want my basketball? Now, the basketball is actually made out of 16th inch acrylic. And I love the fact that the wood pieces are also 16th inch wood pieces. And I love this because I can actually layer them on top of each other and it not be super bulky in my layout because I have 1/8 inch acrylic players being put on. So now when I layered my basketball onto my basketball net, I am able to make that 1/4 inch or 1/8 inch thickness to match the white players on there, or the silhouette players. So anyways, that is my layout for today. I absolutely love how it turned out. Now I definitely could have enhanced the net a little bit, put a little red and white on it to make it look like it matches a basketball net. But I decided, it's good. I'm not going to mess with it because for one, it's not in my color palette. for Color Craze to add red, but I do have red in my scoreboard. So I'm not really sure, but as of right now, I'm going to leave it just the way that it is. All right, you guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I truly appreciate it. Don't forget to check out Janet Fritz, who is Galaxy Girl Creations, and see how she is using this color palette. I'm also not sure which sketch she is going to be playing with, but I do know that Deb's sketch is day 18, and this is the 18th of August. So what? I used a sketch on the day it was supposed to be used? That's awesome. Thank you, Deb, for such an amazing sketch. I really had fun with it. And then there are 2 links down below for Christy's Beautiful Life, 30 Days of Sketches, Series 13. Again, one is for the Facebook group itself, and the other one is for an album, or for Series 13's album. If you are already a member of the Facebook group, you can just go ahead and click on that and then go find Deb's sketch, click on that, and then all of the inspirations pieces using that sketch are within the comments of that sketch. All right, you guys, again, thank you so much. I appreciate this. I appreciate you guys stopping by every day that I put out a video. It just makes my heart happy. So thank you so much, and I will check you guys all later. Bye.